So, your business is thinking about getting into Bitcoin payments. That's fantastic. But you're not just adopting some new tech, you're stepping into a global maze of rules. Today, we're going to untangle that maze and give you a clear map to move forward.
You're ready to start accepting Bitcoin, right? I mean, it's fast, it's borderless, it can open up completely new markets for you. On the surface, it seems like a total no-brainer.
But that's the catch. See, while Bitcoin itself is decentralized and global, the rules for using it in your business are anything but. And let me tell you, getting this part wrong, it can get really expensive really fast. So, here's our game plan. We're going to take a quick global tour of the regulations. We'll start with the big picture, then zoom right into the United States, and then check out the European Union's brand new MiCA framework. After that, we'll explore the wild and varied landscape of the Asia-Pacific, compare how they all stack up, and wrap it all up with a solid strategy for your business.
Okay, so here's the core problem in a nutshell. Bitcoin works the same everywhere on the planet, but the laws that govern it, they're local. This creates this messy, confusing patchwork of rules that could be a real headache for any business trying to operate in more than one country.
And make no mistake, the stakes are super high. Misreading the rules in a country isn't just a tiny slip-up. We're talking about serious fines, your entire payment system getting shut down, and maybe worst of all, damaging the trust you've worked so hard to build with your customers.
All right, first up, the United States. The US definitely takes a regulation-heavy approach. Now, using Bitcoin for payments is perfectly legal, but the system they've built around it, well, it's known for being both incredibly complex and pretty expensive to deal with.
At the very heart of all U.S. regulation is this acronym, MSB, or Money Services Business. Basically, if your business holds, sends, or exchanges Bitcoin for your customers, the federal government is probably going to look at you and say, yep, you're an MSB. And that label comes with a whole long list of things you have to do.
And this is where it gets really tricky. It's a kind of double whammy. It's not enough to just register at the federal level as an MSB and follow all the anti-money laundering rules. Oh no. You also have to go and get separate money transmitter licenses in pretty much every single state you want to do business in. And some of those are notoriously tough, like New York's famous BIT license, which is one of the most difficult and expensive to get in the entire world.
So how in the world do you simplify this mess? Well, this quote kinda gives away the secret. See, most of these heavy-duty rules only kick in when a company takes custody of its customers' money. The workaround, use a non-custodial system. That just means the payment goes straight from your customer's wallet to your business's wallet. By using these kinds of direct platforms, you can often sidestep the worst of the regulatory burden because, technically, you never touch the funds. Okay, let's hop across the pond to the European Union. They recently made a massive move to clean up their own regulatory patchwork by creating a single, unified set of rules. But unified doesn't always mean easy.
And that new rulebook is called MiCA, which stands for Markets in Crypto Assets. It just rolled out in 2024, and its whole goal is to replace 27 different national laws with one single, consistent framework for the entire block. Honestly, this is a huge step towards clarity in the region.
And why is MiCA such a big deal? Well, just look at that number. We're talking about more than 30 million active crypto users in the EU by 2025. That's a huge slice of the global pie. A single clear market of that size is an absolutely massive opportunity for any business that can get the compliance part right. So under MiCA, if you're offering crypto services, you need to get licensed as a CASP, or a crypto asset service provider. Yeah, it means meeting some high standards for security and anti-money laundering. And this is the real game changer, once you get that license in just one EU country, it becomes passportable. That means you can operate across all 27 member states. No more applying for 27 different licenses. That's huge. All right, on to our final stop, the Asia-Pacific region. Now, unlike the US or the EU, there's no single approach here at all. It's this vast, incredibly varied landscape that offers both amazing opportunities and a whole lot of uncertainty. This really is a region of extremes. You've got some countries with crystal clear rules and massive public adoption, and they might be right next door to a country where the laws are vague and the taxes on crypto are just crushing. For a global business, this means you can't have a one-size-fits-all strategy here. You gotta be nimble. And just look at this comparison. It's like night and day. You've got Japan, where there's a really clear path. Yeah, it's strict. You register with their financial services agency, you follow their rules, and you're in. Then you have India, where there isn't a specific license, but they hit you with a massive 30% tax on any crypto profits. It creates a completely different kind of barrier. Two huge economies, two totally different worlds.
Okay, so we've done our world tour. Now it's time to pull back, zoom out, and put all these pieces together. This is where you can really start to see the strategic differences and figure out where your business fits in.
And this table, this is really the aha moment. You can see it all laid out. The US, high costs, thanks to that messy federal plus state system. The European Union, the costs are still up there, but you get that golden ticket, the single license for the whole market. And the Asia Pacific, it's a total wild card. Costs and rules are all over the map. But notice that last column. In almost every single region, using decentralized, non-custodial payments gives you a path to lowering that regulatory burden.
So, knowing the lay of the land is one thing, but what do you actually do with all this information? The next step is building a smart strategy to navigate it all.
It really boils down to three key things. First, do your homework before you leap. Seriously, assess the risks and costs of a country before you launch there. Second, stay flexible. These rules are changing all the time, so your internal systems need to be able to adapt. And third, and this might be the most important one, take a long, hard look at non-custodial solutions. They are one of the single most effective ways to reduce your regulatory headaches pretty much everywhere.
Look, the global financial system is changing faster than ever. The rules we talked about today, they're just the beginning. So the real question isn't just about whether you can comply with today's regulations, it's about whether you're building a business that's agile enough to adapt and thrive with whatever comes next. Are you ready?